welcome back to the channel, and hello if you're new. Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and hit that notification bell while you're at it to stay posted on my future content. Now without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So we're here today to talk about Squid Games and if season 2 and 3 were really necessary, and of course I'm going to be covering season 3 as a whole. So season 2 dropped years after the massive global success of season 1, and honestly it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. In my opinion, it was just alright. Then they had the nerve to pause it for several months and slap a season 3 label on it for the continuation, which was a sloppy move. It felt like Netflix trying to squeeze every last drop out of the hype, and let's be real, the hype has been dead. But I have to say, pacing in season 3 especially is painful. There are life or death moments where characters are just standing around, casually having a chat like they're waiting in a line at Starbucks. The urgency? Gone. The tension fizzled out. For me personally, there was only one character that actually kept me interested. The guy whose boss was killed during one of the outside games. He brought some emotional weight and grounded realism. But beyond him, everyone felt like a watered down version of who they used to be. Especially the detective. He was slick, resourceful, stealthy, managed to infiltrate the island solo. We watched him sneak onto the island with nothing but grit, but in season 2 and 3, with a full team and government level tech, he seems completely useless. Somehow he can't even clock something shady going on right under his nose, and then you've got a comic relief character half drunk figuring things out faster than him. Of course, it's not the actor's fault, the direction of his character just nosedived. That honestly applies to most of the cast. And then we get to Gi-hun, aka player 456. I get the whole redemption and revenge arc idea, but this route they went down, it didn't make no sense. I mean, if this was the plan all along, why stretch it out? Or pause it and then kill the momentum? At this point, it's not about storytelling anymore. It feels like a cash grab. Even worse, they tease spin-offs and the idea that Squid Game is part of some global underground network. And while that might sound cool, they didn't earn that plot expansion, and in my opinion, if they were gonna go there, they should have done it immediately after season 1, not 3 years and 2 seasons later when nobody's asking for it. It's like trying to launch a cinematic universe after your second movie flopped. It's too late, the audience has moved on. The worst part is, season 3 doesn't just fail to elevate the story, it actively undermines season 2. Everything it tried to build up, the suspense, the mystery, the setup for a bigger world, it throws all of that out the window. It leaves you sitting there thinking, what was the point of any of this? There's no emotional payoff or any proper arc. And what's worse, tried to expand the Squid Game universe with the most half-baked execution I've ever seen in a long time. We're suddenly meant to believe this isn't just a one-off in Korea, but some global death game franchise? I'm sorry, but the show hasn't earned that world building leap yet. It's like they've watched too many Marvel spin-offs and thought, yeah, let's do that too. But the difference is, Marvel took years to build that, and this feels like Netflix got greedy and didn't care how sloppy the rollout was, just as long as they could stretch that brand. And now, we've got these breadcrumbs that go nowhere. They tease some big plan, introduce a few new characters that barely matter, and once again, delay the real payoff to some future spin-off or sequel that frankly nobody's asking for. Season 3 is a textbook case of too much, too late. They should have wrapped this story with impact instead of milking it with filler. Let's compare it to Alice in Borderland, because that's a show that didn't get the same love online, but it honestly deserved way more. It did everything Squid Game tried to do but better. The tension felt real, the characters had depth, and when it ended, you didn't feel cheated. It felt like you watched a story worth telling. It was slick, stylish, and had heart. No filler, just pure survival drama done right. And what's wild is, it came before Squid Game, but because it wasn't pushed by the algorithm or turned into a meme, it got left in the shadows. But now, people are finally catching on. And with rumours of season 3 in the works, I wouldn't be surprised if Alice in Borderland quietly dethroned Squid Game in its own genre. It didn't need gimmicks or viral marketing, they just made a great show. And if you're craving something like that actually respects your time and intelligence, that's the show you should check out. So to wrap all this up, would I recommend Squid Game season 3? Honestly, if you've never seen the show and you just watched season 1, you're good. First season is GOAT tier, a cultural phenomenon with great pacing, great tension and strong commentary. But once you move into season 2 and especially season 3, it loses its edge. The thrill? Gone. The mystery? Watered down. The characters? either recycled or stripped of what made them interesting in the first place. It starts feeling like they dragged it out just to sell more merch or push spin-offs. And if you're someone who needs to finish the whole story, I get it, but just know the payoff at the end doesn't hit. Some scenes in season 3 feel more like filler than anything else. It's like Netflix was scared to move on and let the legacy breathe. Instead, they suffocated it with over-explaining, odd pacing and unnecessary drama. So if you want to remember Squid Game at its best, watch season 1 and stop there. The rest, you're not missing much. That's how I see it. That's my thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on my future content, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. On that note, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.